Last Friday, United States Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene, Republican Georgia, Mike Collins, Republican Georgia, Paulina Luna, Republican Florida, Byron Donalds, Republican Florida, Robert Garcia, Democrat California, and Jasmine Crockett, Democrat Texas, visited the Washington Corrections Department in the District of Columbia where 20 defendants are awaiting trial for their roles in the January 6, 2021 Capitol insurrection. Greene and other right-wing loyalists to former President Donald Trump have insisted that conditions inside the jail are deplorable and that the detainees are victims of inhumane treatment akin to the notorious American military prison in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. After their tour, Greene and her colleagues held a press conference where they again asserted that their comrades are unjustly suffering. It's been over 2 years and this is continuing on, and while the Antifa, BLM rioters, over 95% of their charges were dropped, none of our January 6, pre-trial defendants' charges are dropped, Greene complained to Real America's Voice. As a matter of fact, she continued, of the largest investigation in the history of the Justice Department, they're treated like political prisoners and the Department of Justice is going to continue to arrest 1,000 to 1,200 more protesters. Crockett disagreed, according to the New York Times. My frame of reference comes out of Arkansas jails, Texas jails. Listen, this is so much different and so much better, Ms. Crockett said, adding that detainees elsewhere in the D.C. facility were kept in worse, more cramped conditions. I don't think the January 6 heirs would want to go the other way. Crockett further revealed that the January 6 defendants had more access to technology than other defendants, CBS News reported on Saturday. They have access to laptops and tablets. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. But what social media observers noticed in the clip that was posted to Twitter on Tuesday was Greene's use of the word "are," which many interpreted as an inadvertent confession that Republicans support the insurrectionist movement that Trump fomented and continues to stoke. Recall that on January 6, Greene voted against certifying President Joe Biden's 2020 Electoral College victory over Trump. Greene went on to boast in December that if Steve Bannon and I had organized that, we would have won. Misconduct, from the F***ck around and find out files. Wall E. Street, they're not dropping charges against people caught on camera committing crimes is quite the thing to whine about. Romeo McFlourish, electron thief, exactly. Not the fleck she thinks it is. Logan Davis, they're political in the sense that her political leader inspired them towards political violence. Merrily awaiting, yes, the January 6 detainees do belong to her political ideology. Eagledale, it's hardly unusual for a terrorist to label themselves as a political prisoner when they face the consequences for their actions. Stellange, how come it took 900 white people being arrested to get her to care about conditions in prison? And when will she be visiting the prisons in her own state? It seems like there are a lot more problems there than here. Kyle Schwerin, at RepMTG, literally out here admitting blatantly that she is an insurrectionist. Yet the House is not going to do anything, because they're all spineless cowards. Greene has also falsely alleged that the Capitol attackers belonged to Antifa and Black Lives Matter, which commenters viewed as contradictory to what she claimed on Friday as well as in her previous condemnations of those democratic causes. Audrey, so, they are being detained because they 1. Can't make bail, 2. Won't make bail, or 3. Have been deemed too dangerous or a flight risk to get bail? What is it, Marge? There's a reason they are still there, and much of that reason is up to them. Wilda Urig, how do you tell that they're being treated like political prisoners as opposed to criminal prisoners? Is it because they get to have tablets that allow them to access the internet and make calls that criminals don't get? Paul Allen, I thought they were Antifa and BLM and FBI insiders? I can't keep up. Rachel M. Horn, but weren't they Antifa and BLM? Poor Marge. She just can't keep her lies straight. Ken, wait, I thought it was Antifa.